from bodyoff.com and the Body Knowledge System. And I'm here with Brenda today. Brenda, say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Today we're going to learn how to embrace your body shape in a much more positive way. So what prompted me to create this hangout is, do you remember, Brenda, the Dove Beauty campaign commercial?
Thought it was definitely thought-provoking, but yeah, it was a good commercial.
Yeah, it showed all these beautiful women with different body shapes, and they were in their bra and underwear, and they were laughing and having a good time. But what struck me as disconcerting was that the stats said only 4% of the women that they took this demographic around considered themselves beautiful. What do you think about that?
I thought it was really sad that what they compared themselves to right off the bat. That they're loved and they have all their own unique shapes and beauty, but they didn't see it themselves. But I would have loved to have seen them do the part of it and have somebody look at them and say, "You're beautiful because." I think would have been neat to add to the commercial, not to be more, the negative part of it is only, the 3-4% of women don't do this. I would love to have seen them have somebody say, your eyes, your body, just something more uplifting for them to end it on.
Well, we'll have to talk to the producers, Brenda.
Okay, I can do that. I'll connect with them.
We'll follow up on that. So I'm here today with Brenda to talk about body image. It's how we create it, how we use it in a positive and negative way, and how our perception of our bodies can possibly hold us back or propel us to move forward in the world. So it could be either negative and positive or both. So Brenda, I'm going to start with this question.
All right.
Can you remember either in the past or the present where you've been with another person or in an environment where you suddenly became self-conscious about your body?
Definitely. Just pick each day of the week, I could come across that one. I think, what comes to mind right off the bat are two different scenarios. One is where, I'm working with somebody and we're, out doing a bleacher workout or, we're on the trails running or whatever. And, they're giving me compliments about, oh my gosh, you're doing this. You're great. You're wonderful. I can't believe I love your arms. And, I'm being their cheerleader and I'm finding them and finding that potential for them. And giving them the encouragement and correcting things for them and tweaking things for them. And the whole time in my head I'm going, wow, do I really look good? No, my butt's still too big. And I've got, oh wait, they're jiggling, like that shouldn't be jiggling.
Jiggling, oh, the jiggling.
Exactly. Or where you're dressed up and you've muffed and fluffed and you're like, I am rocking this. And then you get one compliment and then you start thinking, oh, they don't really mean that. I don't look that good in this dress. I should have put Spanx on. Oh, wait a minute. Do those heels? I don't know. So and you started out, you were so positive and everything, and then you just kind of have that one thought that kind of gets the hamster wheel going. So yeah, definitely.
What do you think we can say to ourselves to kind of interrupt that chatter with the comparison mindset?
I think the biggest thing is catching yourself immediately and adding affirmations, positive affirmations. And every day having a list of affirmations so that as soon as you start on that hamster wheel is what I always tend to call it, is you are thinking, wait a minute, I'm a beautiful, strong woman. Yeah. I have great rocking legs and they may be big, but by gosh, they're strong. I mean, and that's what it is stopping it before you can get into that negativity. And the other thing is, when somebody compliments you, is taking the compliment and saying, thank you. I appreciate you noticed my work. So we tend to be geared towards negative thoughts. So I think affirmations are huge.
Affirmations are good, and also to be aware of the words as you brought to our attention. And also, I think from the outside world with the fashion industry and the entertainment industry, we're bombarded with this comparison mindset, which I know the Dove commercial was showing all these beautiful women with different shapes and sizes, and they were giggling and they were having a good time with each other. That's what you do.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So I'm just going to ask you one more question. When you're doing your work with your clients as a trainer, and you see them doing this comparison, what do you do in the moment to kind of chill it out a little bit?
The first thing I do, it's funny because you can look into somebody else's backyard and see their mistakes long before you'll be looking in your backyard and see them, is I'll stop them right where they're at and ask them, why are you thinking this? Where are you at in your head right now?
Very good.
Because a lot of times once you understand somebody's backstory, you can understand kind of why they're choosing the words that they're choosing. And it helps me to help them better. Because sometimes it's just you're in that moment, in that day, you're kind of like a bad day kind of attitude, and sometimes it's a deep rooted issue, and they have to take small steps towards positive work.
Well, Brenda, your clients, I'm sure, are very happy to be with you.
Well, some days.
I'm glad you brought that up. Some days. So I'm just going to transition here. The story that comes up for me about being self-conscious was when I was a little girl. My brother Jeffrey, he was very thin. So my mother would buy Chips Ahoy cookies. Those are chocolate chip cookies, for those of you who are not familiar with the wonderful Chips Ahoy cookies. And she would show me that she was putting the cookies into a separate cabinet, and I was not allowed to go in that cabinet. So even at that point, as a little girl, I got the message that, oh, does that mean I'm going to get fat, or is it going to hurt my insides? Like, I didn't understand, but the message was there. So to this day, and I told this to Brenda earlier, to this day, my husband loves Chips Ahoy cookies, chocolate chip cookies. When I go into the cabinet, I only can eat one at a time. Because I don't know, if the fat god or something is going to overtake me and do something to my body. Brenda, I heard you laugh. What are you laughing about?
Because I'm just thinking in my mind's eye, yeah, I could see that. We get into, that something that happened that many years ago still is that ingrained in your behavior. And it's saddening or frustrating, I think, because you're like, wait a minute, I know better. And I know, I can eat more than one cookie, but there's always in your head that scenario playing.
It's amazing because it kind of, when I was doing my script for this hangout, it was amazing how that just popped into my head.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very much. I'll have clients.
Since that cabinet.
Oh, yeah. I'll have clients repeat the same story to me.
Oh, wow.
So I know that, those small events that the parents or their loved ones or significant other don't think that they're saying or doing something in love or out of love for this person is how significant of an impact it really has on them. And that's frustrating because, I have mirrors in my basement where I work out with some of my clients, and they won't even look in the mirrors. They're like, and I'm like, no, you have to see yourself. You have to look at your form. And but my mom always said, I've got a big butt, and I've always been weak, and just their self-talk, and then to hear why they think that. And it's just, there's part of you that just wants to go strangle whoever it was that did it to them and caused that.
Okay, calm down, Brenda, calm down. Now, you led me to the next transition, which is, I'm going to give us 4 tips.
Okay.
And I would like for you to comment on them. My first tip is to recognize, like you just said about the mirror, embrace your unique shape.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one is Notice your inner body qualities like your compassion, your intelligence, your generosity, all those good stuff. Notice that about yourself.
Okay. That.
Now, this is something that I'll address in another hangout, but understand that on social media, Brenda, I know you shared some sites with me, but you really have to look at the credentials of the people who are sharing information with you and not to get weirded out about some things that are really not kosher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You never know why they're collecting the information sometimes and asking the questions.
And just being strong in your real life body. This is our real life body.
I
What
like
do you
this.
think about that? The real life body paradigm.
Um, I like it, and I think it's very hard to accept,
Mm.
but it should be the easiest thing that you should accept. But you're in the best body you can be in right now. And to accept that though and realize you can still make it better.
Mm.
Um, I think every day we have to think about that. What makes us strong?
Well, it makes us go back to the beginning of our conversation with the Dove Beauty campaign is those are real life bodies.
Exactly, exactly.
Nothing was touched up, Photoshop, blah, blah, blah. Because I know I'm hearing now on, for those of you who know Instagram, where people post pictures and they're doing crazy Photoshop stuff, and we're all trying to live up to those
Hmm.
images. So just make sure you understand that they're just images.
Yes. Yeah, if you just go to, what is it, the Victoria's Secret models you always see, they'll catch them out in public and say, this is what they really look like. And you're just like, wow, she's got cellulite.
And they don't have feathers when they're in.
Exactly, exactly. And a bra with, a couple $1 million of diamonds on
I
them.
want to get those feathers. Okay, plus the bronze.
Oh,
I'm
you
guilty
probably
of
have them.
that.
You probably have them somewhere. Come on.
So, in conclusion, I just want to tell everybody who's listening to this hangout, thank you, Brenda. I
You're quite
just
welcome.
want to just ask you before I tell people where to contact me is from our conversation, what are you more aware of?
Um, I think it comes to mind as being more body image aware, but being more
Hmm.
body aware in a positive manner, so that
Yes.
I'm thinking strong and thinking my strengths, and not the other way. So yeah, I think it's a positive consciousness that it is. It's every day. You have to think every day about it. From choosing your outfits to the day to taking your compliments throughout the day.
Yes, I love how you brought up the compliments because, yeah, we get a little shy about that.
Yeah, and giving compliments.
Oh, well, you can give me one every day, Brenda.
You're
I'm cool with it.
beautiful and smart and funny. Those are your three for the day. So you have to remember those every time. I'm beautiful, smart, and funny.
And on that note, I just wanted to tell everybody, let me get this for you, is I've created this body knowledge system, which is a method that I created and will help you with creating that self-confidence that goes along with the real life self-image. And you can contact me at bodyawe, BODYAWE, like an awesome.com. And Brenda, before we sign off, can you please give people where they can contact you?
Okay, well, there's always my Facebook site, which is Sweat with Brenda, that you can ask permission to join. There's also beachbodycoach.com/sweatwithbrenda. If you're interested in our products or have questions, I'm always happy to address them. Even if it's not related to, the products that I support, there are a lot of other great products out there I like to give information about too.
Okay. Brenda,
Stephanie?
I wish you best happiness with your real life body. And I'm going to sign off.
All right. Have a great Thursday.
You too. Bye-bye.